Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
First carry of the game. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Geis. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
On first down, this is Geis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
On the ground, it's Geis. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
That's a screen. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Third down. Here's Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, We only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And an alley to run. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
This is Geis, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run with Geis. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Haskins will throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. To throw is Wentz. He's got Fuller. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. He's got a man. Complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go, D.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, Mike 7. Here we go, D. Mike 55, Mike 55.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Over the middle, complete. It's Schwartz. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. On first down, Williams. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. On the ground, this is Williams. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th.
Great 57. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Ray, wahoo. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Kill.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. Oh, he shifts past him.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Go. Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Another try after the first down sack. Wentz, and he's going to go down again. Trey Hendrickson. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Rip left, rip left.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 280! I'm scared. Hey, other side, solid, solid. 81, 81. Hey, Echo.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wentz, he's going to loft one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Eagles 14, Redskins 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 22-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down, 4 down. Mike 38, Mike 38.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he finds McLaurin. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Washington.
Now Haskins on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Redskin first down. The pickup, 15 yards. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now it's Haskins. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Watch 54, watch 54. Big stop, G. Big stop.
To throw again on second down. Haskins. And that's complete. It's Sims. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Fourth down. Here's Haskins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's up to 7 for 7 now on this drive alone. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Eagles' 20-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are back within a single score.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Hey, here we go, watch the pass, go, the pass. 54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Ain't no such thing as a loss, we taking wins home. Hey, watch this.
Here's Haskins to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing on second down. Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike. Recon, 152 fighter. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Now Wentz on third down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Montez Sweat in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And take it right on the 30. Well, nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They start on the ground with Geis. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Wide open receiver, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 36 yards on the play.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now a run with Geis, and he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. On the ground, Geis, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis with now 2 4th-quarter touchdowns. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. Now it's Haskins. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Montez Sweat. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Wentz to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
87. Mike 20. Mike 10. Orbit. Watch the slant. There we go, Mike 20. Mike 20. Mike 20. Man out, man out, man out, man out.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's Geis. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing the
brings up 2nd and 5 at the Eagles' 44-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
2 yards. 1st down, Redskins.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Geis. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll hand it down to Geis. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. 3rd down, here's Geis. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give running left is Geis. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
At the 7-yard line.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Redskins, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they suffer their 4th loss so far, and they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday afternoon at around 3:30 Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.